Hello, and welcome to my channel, Stories and Poems for Long Winter and Summer Nights. I shall be reading my own stories and poems, and the first one is a love story called Harvest Moon. Chapter 10, The Restart. Maggie and Greg sat in silence for a few minutes, tacitly acknowledging the thrill of being together again. Greg lifted her hand to his lips and kissed it. "I know, Maggie, that I owe you an explanation, and I want to give it. I need to talk, and there's no one that I want to talk to more than you. But I can't." Maggie remained silent, but held his gaze. "I can't, Maggie, because my daughter begged me to tell no one, and my lawyer advised me not to talk to anyone about it." "Is your daughter safe and okay?" "Yes." "Well, it's good to see you again, Greg, and since you can't talk, I'd better tell you what I've been up to." She recounted in detail the past 2 days. He made comments, she asked questions. The evening flew by. They were engrossed in each other as if they had been the only 2 people in the dining room. It was past midnight when they made their way to their rooms. "Can I just ask, does your family know where you are and who you are with?" "Not all of them, but I told my daughter and son and my lawyer that I was on holiday with a female companion." Maggie's eyes widened with surprise. "And what did they say?" "They were surprised and asked a million questions which I refused to answer. I told Amelia that is, that this was important to me, and she said, 'Go for it, Dad, so I will,' and he smiled." They embraced outside her room. Maggie recognized a soul in need of solace, so she did not withdraw too quickly. They kissed on the cheek, and Maggie entered her room, marveling to herself that she had something to give to the man who appeared to have everything. For her, too, it had been good to feel those arms around her and to think that perhaps she was no longer alone against the world. She hoped and suspected that he felt the same. The world was, for the moment, a happier place. Chapter 11, The Prelude Kiss. Over the next few days, Maggie and Greg began to relax. They were enjoying each other's company, and they were having fun. Also, there now existed between them a level of intimacy. She rested her head on his shoulder when travelling on the coach or train. She took his hand across busy roads and sometimes left it there as they walked along. When they danced, she nestled her head in the crook of his neck. At various times during the day their gaze locked and held. It was, Maggie admitted to herself, exhilarating. Their good-night partings had become routine. At bedtime he walked with her to her room, which was usually beside his. They kissed good-night, and then he waited until she opened her door and disappeared inside. There were 3 more nights to go. They stood outside her room and studied each other. Greg placed a hand on each shoulder and kissed her, softly and slowly. Then he stood back and waited for her to open her door, but she didn't move. "Greg," she said, "would you do that again?" Thank you for listening. If you're enjoying the story, don't forget to subscribe and look out for the next chapter. This is all for now. See you soon. Bye.